Moreover, due to Christian influence, things which were considered to be classically Greek were associated negatively with paganism. Yet classic Greek literature was a source of philosophical inspiration and enrichment, which many early Christians drew upon to form the bedrock of their faith. Despite these contradictions, classical Greek language and culture continued to rise in prominence, and by the time of Emperor Justinian, the Eastern Roman Empire had shifted from Latin to Greek. This process would only accelerate after the end of late antiquity. Officially, it was during the reign of Emperor Justinian in the 6th century CE that the Hellenization of the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire began. Justinian himself was not a Hellenizer, and his legal codex was mostly written in Latin. However, his post-534 CE legislation was codified in both Latin and Greek, reflecting the slow linguistic shift which had been occurring ever since the capital of the empire had been moved from Rome to Constantinople. As the Greek language became the primary language of the Eastern Roman Empire after Justinian's reign, classical Greek culture endured within it too. Several of Justinian's successors utilized symbolism from classical Greek myths to promote their legitimacy. For example, reliefs and art from the period depict the Byzantine emperor Heraclios as the iconic hero Heracles from Greek mythology. Due to the upheavals caused by the Islamic conquests, Byzantine society shifted dramatically during this period. It became more feudal and more focused on the cause of Anatolia and the Balkans. A further shift occurred with the conquests of the Islamic caliphates. The Arabs took over the Syriac and Coptic-speaking centers of Syria and Egypt, reducing the linguistic diversity of Eastern Rome and leaving the Greek-speaking hub of Constantinople as its last major cultural hub. After the Arab conquests, many of Eastern Rome's ethnic minorities were now under Muslim rule, leaving the Byzantines as a now more ethnically homogeneous empire. Thus, a conceptual turn occurred. To be Roman became more identified with a citizen of the empire and a Greek speaker at that. This increasing association of the Roman identity to Greekness often came at the detriment of other ethnicities, like Armenians and Slavs, who still lived in Byzantine territory well after the Islamic expansions. The contradiction was that Roman citizenship was meant to break through ideas of lineage and descent for those who were not enslaved after the 3rd century CE. However, Orthodox Christianity and even the Greek language started to become signifiers of being Roman, in essence hijacking the civic form of Roman citizenship in favor of one based more on ethnicity. Over the 6th to 9th centuries, this process continued as the language of administration continued shifting from Latin to Greek. This was the case even in southern Italy, where the Byzantines maintained provinces well into the Middle Ages. There,